That honestly looks amazing. Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, and welcome to what is quite a wet and miserable day here in London, but we're just about to get things underway. Today I've got a roughly an hour and a half journey because I'm going to visit a certain company which do body kits. But you may be aware, you may not be aware, roughly a year ago my dad bought and took delivery of an Audi SQ7. He's been loving it, driving it around, and still owns it. He's honestly just been having the best time ever with it, and it's such an amazing car. When I got a chance to drive it, he let me just take it around the block to film a video, by the way. I don't just drive his cars every day, I own my own ones, just so you know. Also what he has is the Ford Mustang Bullet. I did a video on that and still has that. So those are the two cars. I said to him, because he's had the car roughly a year, would he think about upgrading it to an ABT body kit in terms of putting more stuff on it. They look amazing, don't they, the ABT kit? I was down at Richter Sport, the guys who put the kits on here in England, and they look amazing. So I've come up with the idea, and I'm going to have a look to see whether this potentially could happen to his car, because they have one down there in Milton Keynes, and we're just gonna have a look. We're gonna have a look around, and we're gonna see if this is potentially possible, because I think it will look good. We're gonna leave. I'm going to take the A35, putting lots of miles on this car. We've done quite a few miles, and there will be a sort of couple of thousand-mile review on it, because that's how many miles I've done already, piling the miles on this car. I really need to do the dechroming, etc. on this car. I think that's one thing that needs to be done ASAP, because yeah, it could look so much better, even though it looks very good now. Anyway, let's jump in, let's go. We can't deny this is the best dash in the world. Right, we are heading out of London. Not too long till I get to my destination, but I wanted to quickly chat to you guys before we get there, before we all talk things SQ7, and that is my GT3 RS. I've got some news, because my last video you would have seen it was me picking the car up from Porsche Centre Reading after it had a few issues, which are now sorted, and the car is now perfect. So I'm loving that. Today was meant to be the day where it's going to be my first track day in the car at Silverstone on a gold track day. Last night we looked at the weather and it was chucking it down with rain, and there was another issue there, which basically the silencer, because I've got an aftermarket exhaust, that hadn't come in time. Anyway, silencer, rain, cancelled. So I'm not going there today. That was obviously meant to be the plan. So what has happened is 10 days time, the first one is booked in, and you are going to see the first video of me driving my GT3 RS around the track, hooning it as fast as I can. Some of you will be thinking you're just making up an excuse, all you want to do is drive Tony's car, you don't want to drive your own. To be fair, I'd rather drive my own car and crash my own car than I would crash somebody else's car. So no, that is not the reason, and I want to take my own car around the track. So 10 days time, and I've actually got 2 days booked coming up, but I just want to make it as insane as possible, get an awesome video filmed, and this is all going to be coming very shortly to the channel. I want to make the most of owning that car, and in the summer as well, when the weather is, well, like today it's horrendous, but I want to make the most of it basically, and just make something amazing for you all. And another thing is, a lot of you said at 9 minutes 45 in my last video, we spotted there was a nail in your right rear tyre as you drove it out of the centre. Well, I've been looking in my car park, I've been moving the car forward, I'm moving it back, moving it forward, and I cannot find this nail. All I did was drive the car straight out of Porsche Centre Reading, and they put a new tyre on that car. So unless I've driven it from out of Porsche Centre Reading to where the car park was at the same location and got a nail in it, I might be going crazy. I cannot find it. And we have now made it to ABT Richter. This is where we are. This is where the cars are behind me. It's chucking it down rain. I had to put a jacket on it. It is so bad. But we've been waiting around, but now we've got a bit of time where we can actually film the cars and then go for a small drive in this thing right here, the SQ7. I'm going to talk all things pricing in this video, all things, how much it will be to upgrade my dad's car, and just talk it through, because I think this could be very cool. Anyway, what we have over here is one of their vans which they have for sale. This is cool, isn't it? And I believe this van is heading to the Brands Hatch DTM, and they're going to sticker it up in racing livery, so the drivers can drive them around for the weekend but have their names and racing livery on them. So this is all going to change. It's going to have a racing livery on it, a van with a racing livery on it. How cool is that? RS4R. The guy who bought this car, he upgraded it, etc. He put the kit on it. It was a standard RS4, and the price of this car is more than something like an R8. It's something like £110,000, £120,000. But these are more than supercars, these types of cars. They're very, very expensive, but baller. Come on, that is very baller, let's be honest. And then when you go back from here, you'll be able to see a little bit more. They are good looking, but this one doesn't have the carbon fibre spoiler which comes off back here, I believe. That one doesn't have that, and it's been debadged as well. And we come to the subject of today's video, and that is the SQ7 ABT. Same colour as my dad's standard SQ7, but we're going to talk all about it. It's got present. Look at it sat there, because this is sat there and it looks good. First thing I notice is just how more beefier this is than his current car, and I think it needs to happen to his because it makes such a big difference. You have bigger wheels, you have lots going on at the front, the side skirts, I believe these are all extended, the arches. Look at that, how cool is that? It transforms it so much into another animal. It makes an SQ7 change totally. It really does. And then when you go from the back, we just got a main road just there. If you go from the back, you've got those awesome exhaust pipes. They are insane, but that does look amazing. And with this spoiler here too, honestly, that is a bit of me. Would you pick an RS4R or would you pick the SQ7? For me, as a daily driver, this is more a bit of me. More of a wafter, whack your family in the back, drive along, and you're causing chaos in one of those, let's be honest. And I do think that the upgrade with the wheels and everything, this is worth it. This is worth it. This isn't as much as something like the RS4R. This is more affordable. We're going to drive and we're going to talk about pricing, because something like this is like a £30,000 upgrade. A lot of you in here will probably not be a fan of the interior which you have in this car. Personally, I'm not, but you can upgrade the interior. This is another thing that you can do. You can upgrade this and change it all. Yeah, so not every car is going to have that, but this once was a standard SQ7, and then now let's go for a drive and talk all things pricing and how we can make this happen. Neil, how are we?
Good. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. I'm back sooner. I'm kind of getting a bit of addicted to your cars, but this is a cool bit of kit. SQ7 with the kit. We're going to talk all things pricing, because it's not actually expensive as people probably think, is it?
No, that's
and I think my dad, he's probably going to be watching this thinking, should he do it? And you're going to say yes.
Definitely.
You reckon?
Mr. Hamilton, come and see us. We'll sort it out.
Tell us the difference from a standard SQ7 to what you do to this.
So this version's full wide body. So yeah. 26 different parts. It's wide arches across the front extensions, whole new front bumper with a lower diffuser.
Yeah.
We've got some modifications to the rear valance. So we take it from the quad square tips, you know, the quad silver tips on a standard one, to the 4 round carbon tips.
Yeah.
Obviously our wheel package, so 22-inch wheel and tyre package is included, and the full door extension. So we're about 3 inches lower on the doors as well.
Really?
Yeah. So you just see it when you sit next to a standard car. It's much deeper on the doors.
It looks bigger. The car actually has more presence.
Yeah. We do the narrow body, but it's so rare. So you can have the door extensions and the bumpers, but with the narrow arches, so the standard arches. It's just never quite the same. This is by far the most popular kit we do. As I mentioned before, we've been doing it right the way back from 2004 with the older standard Q7s.
Yeah.
A lot went into the footballer market, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I can see a footballer driving around in one of these. So you get an engine upgrade?
Engine upgrade's optional. If you talk of the standard conversion, as we'd call it, so the full wide body kit with the wheels and tyres, around 15k. We say around, if you've got different contrast colours, different Audi colours, that sort of thing, it can vary slightly.
Varies all the time, I guess,
It's a very good starting point to a rough idea of that. That includes a 22-inch wheel package. As you move on, we've then got an optional engine upgrade. So this one is fitted with our demonstrator. So when we sell the car, it can be removed. It is an optional thing. And it's not included in the price of the car. That takes it from the 440 horsepower up to 520 horsepower, which you'll feel shortly. And also the torque is nearly 1,000 Newton meters.
I can feel it right there as well. Everything is right there, and you can feel this car's even quicker.
Mid-range torque is just unbelievable. It's not so much 0 to 60. It's a mid-range torque.
It's the mid-range torque in this car, because I did a drag race of an SVR, and it's actually the way the mid-range of it is amazing.
Onto Kufa Tech, we've added our sound enhancer, which we'll show also in this video. You go onto a phone, you've got 6 profiles. You can put things like American V8, so you can make it rough idle, that sort of thing, to make it really.
What are we on now? What's this?
This is profile 5, so it's a fairly loud.
So it's like a V8 or something. That's, I quite like that. That's a fun little gimmick that you can go and change different noises with your car.
So of course on this car it comes standard with a sound generator. So when you put it into dynamic, you would have sound generator as standard. What we then do is just enhance that. We turn the volume up basically.
Oh, when you hit another gear up, that's when it kicks in. You can feel it. You're right. The mid range. I've got the sat nav going because we currently have no idea where we're going. Right, we've just parked up at a very nice location. The sun has finally come out, so we better be quick here. But listen to this on idle. Come on, Neil, we'll bring you in, mate, because we want to hear what setting this one's on. Listen to that! Listen to that on idle. We can change it as well, right?
Yeah, we can.
Go on, give it a rev. This is the sort of fake engine noise which it makes. That's awesome. That honestly looks amazing, the SQ7.
So that's a standard SQ7 in dynamic. And then different profiles, different sounds. You can literally go in to settings, power start. When you start it up, it'll blip the throttle for you. And you can go in, for example, rough engine. If you want to make it sound a bit more American, you can add some slightly rougher.
I mean, that does sound pretty rough. That's awesome.
Save your profile.
And you can change it again. There you go. Just like that.
So that's a standard SQ7 sound.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane. So you can do all that. So that's one of the mods that you get with the SQ7. And then, like you see, every little bit, the wide arch I love, by the way. I think that is a very cool bit of it, isn't it? The wide arch.
26 parts in total.
Yeah.
All these extra extensions here.
Oh, I see the extra extensions are down here. Right.
Here's a good example as well. If you look here, all of this is extra depth. So this is the bottom of the original door. You can see there.
Ah, you get that much more. That's how much you've extended it.
Yeah. So when you look from the side, it's more like a side skirt.
Right. What we're going to show you right now is we're going to show you the engine, where the tuning box is on this car. Just in there. Right there. Boom. Nice and hidden away as well.
Very discreet.
It is actually. Just there, and you can see apt power. This angle as well, you realise just how insane that is. It's yeah, it just doesn't even look so different, especially with the exhaust tips and everything else. It's a whole nother world. Keep looking at it and I just think, you know what, my dad's car as it is, if you had it alongside, let's say you had it here, it would look very standard. And for £15,000 for what this gets you, I think it's a really, really cool upgrade, because it takes it from what is a standard, let's say an SQ7 which looks good, to something which is very unusual, something you never really see on the road, and you can take it to what this is today. And I think that is mad. I mean, if you're rolling around in that. So we are going to head on our way back in this, and what I need to do is have a word with my dad, get him to bring his car down here and see if we can make this possible to change his car into something like this, have like a one-off. So yeah. And how long does it take, Neil?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So in 2 weeks you can have a standard car and change it into something else. And that's what I really love about all this, is how you can have a standard car. You can even have like a donor car. You could get a brand new SQ7 standard, and then you can come down, change it, and then change it to the beast it is today. So I think this has a lot of potential for it to happen. Let me know in the comment section, should we go ahead? Should we go and do it? Well, it's actually not my money, it's not my decision, it's his decision. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. Lots of stuff coming up this week, guys, so make sure you don't miss it. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon.